How's everybody doing today? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the King David Super Show. I'm your host, the King David. King David, the King David. King David on the King David Super Show. Today's episode 6. Got a couple topics I actually want to go over. Pretty much, it's been my observation that a lot of people today, modern relationships today, people are not really, they don't really want a relationship. They're not looking for love. They're looking for help, and I see this in a lot of people that I life coach. I deal with it. I hear it. I see it. It's all over, you just kind of see how ingenuine that people truly are. And the true narcissism comes out, whenever you're trying to actually figure out whether somebody loves you or whether they don't, or whether they're just using you, for your resources, or they're just kind of using you to get to the next level in your life. Or they, like I said before, sometimes people just kind of are just using you to be the conduit. They're using you as conduit and they don't really love you. Tswin, are you in the building? Tswin, are you in the building?
Yes, sir. Swin back again for the win. 8th time in the building. What's up, everybody? Joining my boy, King David. Hey, kingdavid is going down. And like we always say, hit the like button, fool.
Hit the like button, fool. This portion of the King David Super Show is brought to you in part by Diet Dr. Pepper. Now with Diet Dr. Pepper, zero sugar and strawberries and cream. Yes, sir. It is fantastic.
What is going down, bro?
Man, like I said, I'm a freestyle this just because I am just so adamant about this topic. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have to look at my notes. Like I said today,
yeah.
People today, modern relationships today, they are not looking for love. They are looking for help. And while you're trying to, and the thing is like whenever you have doubts and you start to question or start to ask the loaded question or the elephant in the room, that's when the true narcissist comes out, where people try to twist it around. When you start asking the loaded questions, why are you with me? The best question, name 3 things you love about me. When a man asks a woman, oh, dude, that is the biggest loaded fucking question ever. If they can't give you within 3 answers or 5 answers of why they love you within 30 seconds, you were being used. Yeah. You were being used. And you know what women always say? Yeah. Because I just do. I just do.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You see it a lot of time, man. Like when it used to be back in the day, you see the dating shows and they would tell them, to list the things that the person likes or things, And a lot of times the woman wouldn't even get it right. The dude knew exactly what the chick likes, stuff like that.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep. And that is honestly, that is one of my biggest fucking pet peeves, dude. Like I would ask my girl, I'm like, name, 3 things that you love about me, or 3 things you not even love. What do you like about me? And you know what I'll get? I just do. But here's the thing, they'll ask you tell me first. Ooh, that grinds my gears.
Don't try to flip it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't flip it. Don't try to deflect.
They're deflecting from the fucking subject. So it's like, I'm like, okay, baby. I'm like, tell me, I'll tell her like all this shit. This is like back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like during the romance, Jodeci, Shy, fucking.
Yeah.
And if I ever,
Drew Hill.
H-Town. Yeah, Drew Hill.
Boys the Man.
Yeah. End of the road. Oh, no, we've got. You know the rest. You know the rest. So the thing is like,
came to the end of the road. Baby, all right.
Oh, I'm gonna do a Wanye, baby. I knew all about that bitch. I just didn't care. Yeah. But yeah, like during those times, I would have to kind of say like romance died in the 90s. True romance died in the 90s. When we got into the millennium, everything all kind of went to shit. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree.
Social media didn't even exist yet. Social media didn't exist until like 2010.
Yeah.
That's when the world just tanked. When MySpace came out, that was a wrap, bro. It was over. Yeah. But getting to the topic, you know what I'm saying? So I would have these are kind of like my biggest pet peeves. I would have a girlfriend or whoever I was seeing at the time, and I would ask them, I'm like, baby, I'm like, what do you like about me or whatever? And she's like, well, tell me what you like about me. And I go down this fucking list. I like your lips, your eyes. I like how you talk. I like how you look when you're cooking. I really like that you have ambition, that you're trying to be something, and this, that, and the other. And you give this long fucking list, which of course they're not listening to. They ain't listening to a fucking word you're saying, right? You're being ignored.
They listen for something negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you ask them, so what do you like about me? I just do. I don't know yet. And I'm like, wow, bitch. I just like bored myself out to my fucking core, all of my insides.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
And I just do.
One thing about that too, man.
I ain't a fucking answer, bro.
You find somebody that loves you more than you love them. That's what people usually say.
Bro, I would have to say with my Chinese girlfriend, I have that. I don't have that problem with her. She's awesome. She's amazing. Baby, I love you. This drink is for you. I'm sorry I couldn't cook tonight.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I got to talk about her. Okay. So me and my girlfriend, we're polar fucking opposites. And that's kind of why we're together. We have nothing in common. Zero. Totally. Like, I'm like super ostentatious and she's super like, conservative. And I am a better cook than her. You know what I'm saying? But she's really good, in her business. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like, like her earning capacity and this, that, and there, she's really good at what she does. You know what I'm saying? However, I'm really good at what I do. So the thing is like, we don't really we have a very level playing field. So I'm kind of using our relationship kind of as an example of what fucking works. Do you understand what I'm saying? The main thing is you want to make sure that you have a level playing field. Like, she doesn't really need me for anything. However, she appreciates for what I bring to the table and vice versa. So I appreciate what she brings to the table because I can grow off of her. I can grow, I can learn, because honestly, I've learned a lot about myself by being around her. I've learned a lot about culture, Chinese culture, by being around her, and truly and honestly, like I said, makes me a better person, makes me more worldly, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of helps me philosophize. I don't even know if that's a real word, but she helps me philosophize, French fries, in a different manner. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is whenever I getting to the point. So whenever I would ask her, I'm like, baby, what do you love about me? She would just tell me. It's like, you're smart, you can cook, you look good. You always think things out. I like the fact that you get fucking super angry. You know what I'm saying? She actually likes when I get mad. It's funny. She's like, you can't control your temper. So she's like, I feel protected around you. You always have guns. You look cool. I like what yeah. Oh, dude, she loves my fucking guns, bro. Dude, I have guns, bro. I got a 50, 300 Win mag. I got a high caliber. I'll pop you at 2 miles away. Those kind of weapons. And just like, so every time I say, babe, you want to go to the gun store? She's like, yep. So then I took her to the range and I bought her a firearm, and we are fantastic. Now, you have a lot of people, when you ask these loaded questions too, they can't give you those answers. You know what I'm saying? They can't give you those answers. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's a red flag and a sign.
Oh yeah, but the main thing is you got to be able to you have to be able to make a move whenever that red flag comes about. It's like, okay, so when you ask that loaded question and you're not getting the answers that you deserve, what if the shoe is on the other foot, I had to kind of tone my light down because I see you're right. I'm looking like a goddamn light bulb. So I just toned it down. So hopefully this works. So for example, tswin. So for example, if you asked your woman, the same exact questions, like, baby, I kind of feel like we're kind of in a, in a situation where I think things are kind of like, I'm ready to kind of take the next step. And you ask these questions, what do you love about me? And you don't get the answer or you don't get the right answers, the credible answers that you want to hear. What would be your thought process and your response?
Right now, at this age?
Yes.
I probably wouldn't even say nothing to her. I'd probably just look at it. I'd probably be like,
would you just go? Would you just ghost her after that? Right. Or would you check her?
I would just ghost her. Nah, I just ghost her. I just disappear on her ass. That's it. I ain't got time, man. I ain't got time for people. Like, if they not in my corner.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not on Team Tony, because I told this to my woman, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you're not on Team fucking David, then this horse and pony show is over. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing.
I done did the relationships, man, where the people just want shit from you. They want you to do everything. They want to sit back and watch you work your ass off.
And absorb your resources. So the thing is like, you know, in my observation in today's relationship society, because we're going to talk about multiple topics, and it's interesting how all of this is getting ready to correlate. People today, modern relationships, especially modern fucking women today, okay? And I'm not beating up on women because men do the same shit, but mostly modern women today, they want to skip the courting process. They want to skip the red flag process and automatically just kind of just latch on, you know what I'm saying, to whoever this person is because they're not looking. The reason why they want to skip the courting process is because they're not looking for love. They are looking for help. If you were truly looking for love, hear me out, bro, I'm loving this, man, because I was like, how are we going to make this work? It's working. The reason why, I'm sorry, people, I'm an extrovert. I think out loud. Okay. I'm a horrible writer. I do everything everything. I just do it off the top of my head. All right. The reason why, bro, this is golden. Remember this shit. All right. Because I ain't going to remember it. Remember this shit. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. The reason why modern relationships pan out the way that they do and why people skip the courting process is because they are not looking for love. They are looking for immediate help. They're looking for immediate satisfaction. Because if you truly gave a fuck about how somebody felt about you and you were truly protective of your feelings, your livelihood, your family, and your own personal property, your own mental well-being, that you would go through the vetting process, the courting process. Right? Yeah. Right? So I have examples, you know. I mean, I am a life coach. I life coach multiple female friends of mine. And it's interesting that I have some that are medical professionals that make the same mistake. And I just had this conversation with them like not even 2 weeks ago. And the ink on her divorce was not even dry. And already taking trips with somebody else, talking about love and blah, 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 blah. And I literally had to pull them aside. I'm like, dude, if you just want to get your rocks off, I don't care. But stop lying to me. Stop lying to yourself that this is love. He's like, oh, he's got all this and all that and all this and all that. I'm just going on about the man's accolades, but not how does he make you fucking feel?
Assets and shit. Huh?
Exactly. But here's the crazy part. They are on the same level playing field. She don't need him more than he needs her. So it's like, I don't get it. So in my mind, it's like, are you in love with the thought of being in love? You know, so like even with the previous husband,
people are.
So here's the crazy part. The crazy part is even with the previous husband that she was with, I was kind of on the fence about that one. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of felt like, I'm like, you know what? I kind of feel like this person benefits more out of the relationship than you would benefit off of them. It should be inverted. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I kind of feel like culturally, you're the same. However, I kind of feel like you need to go through a greater vetting process to verify if this person he truly wants you for you, or is he trying to absolve your resources? Okay. Now this is interesting. This is a woman, and the man is basically trying to take advantage of the woman. Usually, like I said, it's inverted, but not in the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In this situation,
around.
Yeah. Exactly. So she's very well off, comes from a very good family, has a lot of accolades, you know, under her belt. But at the same time, it's kind of like my job as big fucking brother to kind of weed these motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? That's why she has me around. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't benefit from this. I don't benefit. I'm just like, look, I'm looking at things with my vampire eyes, and I'm kind of seeing things for what it is, and I'm just going to tell her the truth. Now, so the sad part was she didn't listen, and she didn't take heed to what I had to say, because I remember the day I met him, and I'm like,
no, they don't want to listen. They just want you to hear them out.
I told her from Jump Street, I don't like him. Now, him as a person, cool, but him with you, no. Him as a person, I have no issues with him, but him with you, no. I kind of feel like it's a one-sided coin, and at the end of the day, you're going to be the one who absolves all of your resources and all of your energy into this person who's going to grow out of you. He doesn't want you. He wants you you could offer him, but does he love you? Fuck no. I saw that from Jump Street.
So he was trying to pull a Kevin Federline and Britney Spears, huh?
Exactly. And you know the sad part of it? That's what exactly the way it happened, the way I prescribed it. That is exactly the way the fucking king, when the king said what the king said, is exactly what it fucking happened. You know what I'm saying? And here's the crazy part. And here's the kicker. So as soon as she told me this new shit that she told me about this new gentleman, it's like, oh, we're going on a trip. We're going out of the country. Like, bro, like not the ink on the fucking divorce was not even dry. And I had to pull her aside. I'm like, look, I am not judging you. I told her this. I'm like, look, if you want to get your fucking rocks off, that's cool. You're human. You're a human being. But don't sit here and say that I love him and this and that and this and that. You know, I'm not, and it, involving religion and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, look, if that's what makes you good with your God, fine. But don't lie to me. Don't lie to your Lord about this, because we both know the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, and needless to say, not even 5 minutes after they get back from their trip, cheating on her with the ex. And I kind of told her, I like, look, man, I'm like, stop lying to yourself. Stop putting yourself into this position by skipping the courting process. And here's the sad part. I was not the only person that warned her about this gentleman. Her brother warned him about the same guy. Her brother told him, look, I know this guy. He's not for you. He's not for you. He didn't get into detail about it, but he told her, it's like, look, I don't want you dating him. He's not for you. And I said the same shit, and I don't even know the man. I don't even know the man from Jump Street. My only concern is like, look, we have the same common denominator. You make the same mistakes with these same types of men. It's like, are you in love? Are you in love with the thought of who this person is? Are you in love with this person might be a project for you? Or are you in love? That's kind of that. I deal with a lot of this with women. I think a lot of women today are in
There's
love
also men, are you afraid of being alone? There's also that shit too. Yeah.
So, and most women that are in love with the thought of being in love are hopeless romantics, and they don't want to be alone. They don't want it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the sad part is, what the fuck are you afraid of? Because you need that time to heal from your trauma. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most women, men, whatever, they need adequate time to heal from their trauma. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, the same shit will repeat itself, and it's going to be the same triggers, the same common denominators, the same everything. This person's going to tell you what you're going to hear. You're going to skip the courting process. You're going to skip the vetting process. You're not going to listen to anybody who truly cares about you, right? And then we have to hear about it later. Then at the end of the day, who has to clean up the mess? Me. And so the thing is, I'm just like kind of, exhausted from repeating myself, the same shit.
I could tell you one thing, man. I've seen a lot of women crying themselves to sleep at night because they don't want to be alone. They want somebody. I don't know too many guys that be crying because they by themselves.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different.
I would say with men, it's more of a healing process. Like, I went through it. Like, I would, and I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with the world. I mean, I've only truly loved maybe 3 people in my life. 3. My first relationship was my first real relationship was with my wife, and that hurt me to my core because I kept blaming myself, for things that I couldn't fix. I couldn't fix her. You know what I'm saying? And so it took me years of just being by myself, because what happened was I was in rebound after her and I split up. And of course, the same shit just kind of reoccurred. And it kind of took people that were close to me to kind of pull me aside. Like, look, bro, you're fucked up. You need to get it together. You don't know how to talk to people. You need some time to yourself. And which was the best advice that could ever be given to me. So I needed kind of time to kind of sit back and identify what my triggers were. Identify, because broken people only attract broken people. So you have to be able to identify where I'm broken, what this person said to me that kind of makes me fall back into this category. You see what I'm saying? Now I see it a mile away, but I needed that time to kind of take time to myself, to learn to love myself, to learn to spend time with myself, learn to kind of, not seek validation through others, to kind of make myself feel, whole. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have that hole in their heart and they're filling that void. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's toxic and it's nonstop. I know some women that literally have to sleep with a man every night. They have to have a man in their bed every night. And I know a lot of men that are the same way. They feel like, if they're not laid up with some woman that, they're going to die alone. And they make very complicated decisions, or they make very compromising decisions. I know you got something you want to say about that one. You have the floor.
Nah, so there you go, man. Most of the time, from my observations, dudes are good by themselves. They don't go cry themselves to sleep.
No.
Now, when I was talking about the women crying, I wasn't talking about like immediately after breakup. This is just women as they getting older. I don't want to die. I don't want to be all by myself.
They need to get a dog.
The dudes be like, I could be by myself. I can stick and move. I can hit and run.
Yeah.
Keep my freedom.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't see no guys crying.
You know what's really interesting? I've noticed some of the prettiest fucking women. Some of the prettiest fucking women are the most psychotic, the most crazy, the most cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's interesting? The common denominator, I'm gonna get to this. The common denominator, okay. I've noticed that the prettiest women are the biggest narcissists. But the crazy thing is they're the ones that end up alone. They're the ones that end up with a dog. You know what I'm saying? And
so the world handed to them, man, on a platter.
They're too used to having people lick their ass, and they think that allows their behavior to be appropriate. They think because they're pretty that their behavior is accepted or it's appropriate. Instead of like, okay, and then everything just, if it doesn't revolve, if the common denominator doesn't end with their last name or whatever, they don't want no part of it. They don't want to know nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like when I asked you, so what do you like about me? Oh, I don't know. It's like they didn't even give you the time to sit there and tell you, what they like about you, what they don't like about you, what you think needs improvement, what your good traits are, your bad traits are, whatever. They don't fucking care as long as you're paying the bill. You see what I'm saying? As long as you're paying the fucking bill, they'll tolerate you. They'll tolerate you until the money stops.
You see it.
Yeah,
you see it, man. You can go to your neighborhood grocery store, Walmart, whatever. You can go to the mall.
Yeah.
You'll see a big dude, big out of shape dude. But if he got money, you got to find a woman with him.
Oh yeah.
So you'll see, man, this woman.
And that's
see the dude about 300-400 pounds, gold chains, you know what I'm saying? Rolex, whatever.
Staggering.
She's with him because of the money. She's not with him because of the looks, man.
No.
And like Kanye had this line. I don't rock with a lot of stuff what Kanye say, but he said the prettiest people do the ugliest thing for the road to riches, the diamond rings.
Yep.
And you see that. A lot of people say that, nah, I don't care about if he got money or not. More women jump after a person for money than men do jump for women. Men mostly trying to get the draws, women trying to get resources.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? I would say the majority of most men don't give a fuck about what women have. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? No. It's like here's a great example. Fucking Rihanna and what's his face?
ASAP Rocky.
ASAP was fucking that shoe designer. You know what I'm saying? So Rihanna's a fucking billionaire. But at the end of the day, ASAP is maybe worth, I don't know, 10 million, 20 million or whatever. But he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like at the end of the day, his value, believe it or not, is higher than hers in the grand scheme of things as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because she's kind of like her value is kind of, she's pregnant. She's in her 30s. It's like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what she could offer, and this is why he cheated. So it's like it is what it is.
You talking about outside, her value is more than his value is more than hers outside of income?
Yes. I agree. Okay. As far as like dollar for dollar, she's a fucking billionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's no comparison, but that kind of tells you he does not care. You know what I'm saying? It's a level playing field in his mind. If you're both millionaires or one's a millionaire, one's a billionaire, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? So they just want what they want. Most men, don't necessarily consider that cheating. It's like, look, it was just a fucking release. I just wanted, I wanted her and I had her and that's it. Well, you move on, but not everybody kind of looks at, that the same way. Only in America they look at monogamy like as if like it's supposed to be, you know, the Bible. You leave the country, nobody fucking cares. It's like, look, it's just a fucking relief. You come home, hoo hoo ha ha, that's it. You know?
Yeah.
But you know, getting back to, you know, our topic is like, again, you know, you have people that are broken and they basically want to skip these steps because they want to be fixed, or they think that this is the fast track to being fixed. But you don't know what kind of toxic person that you're getting yourself involved in. You don't know if this person is a woman beater. You don't know if he's got a drug problem. You know, like a lot of people when they get involved with celebrities,
you know if he's a scammer.
Yeah, you don't know anything. But here's another thing. A lot of people when they get involved with celebrities, those relationships end real quick, especially when they're the ones that are kind of living off of that celebrity. That celebrity knows that you're living off of them, and they're going to put you through their abuse. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to come cheap, and it ain't going to come easy. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody kind of knows that this is the reason why you're on board, they're going to dog you out. They're going to treat you like shit. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what they're going to do. That is very common. You know, like a lot of these Saudis, where these women go out to fucking these women, these prostitutes that fly to Dubai to be with these Saudis, they literally fucking
Instagram models.
Defecate on them. They fucking defecate on them. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of prove a point, just to prove their masculinity. It's like, look, you're going to be with me regardless. You're going to do whatever I tell you for money, right? You're here for money, right? They will fucking defecate on them. And there's nothing, and I hear stories. And it's like they just don't give two shits because money to them is like water. They don't care.
No pun intended, huh?
Yeah,
they don't give two shits, huh?
They don't give two shits about money. So it's like, oh wow.
To them it's entertainment.
Yeah, to them it's entertainment. It's like, wow, how low will you go? You know?
Yeah. And it's sad, but these chicks will fly out there for $20,000, $30,000, come back posting pictures of Dubai and purses and shit, but they just got ran through.
What was the trade-off?
Yeah.
What was the trade-off when you're over there on the Bahraini island? You know what I'm saying? Because I know what goes on at the Bahraini island. You know, so it's just like, what did you have to sacrifice for that? You know, so it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just kind of bring this back to America. You know, so you have like, you know, somebody who works at fucking Walmart, right? You know, and then you she ain't about shit. You know, or actually better yet, you have somebody who don't work at all. Fuck that. I actually respect the one who works at Walmart. We have somebody who doesn't work at all, who's literally bounces from dude to dude. Like you mentioned about this one girl who was got pregnant, I think 5 times by these process technicians, right? Having kids with all these dudes. You know what I'm saying? So literally, that's the common denominator because she don't want shit. She ain't looking for love. She's looking for help. So she's purposely getting knocked up.
Yeah, that individual was looking for income to come from each person. One of the person, she purposely sought out these guys that had these 6-figure incomes or positions, and got pregnant by them so she could have a kid and get 20% from each one of them. You know, I don't know how many other states, but in Texas, it's 20%. And then also a couple of guys she married, she stayed long enough so she can take half of their 401k.
Yeah, that shit was calculated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that shit was 100% calculated. You know,
you got some people to do that. I don't say all women are like that, but you got some people that they strictly out for the bag, no matter what kind of way they got to get it. You know, and another thing too, man. Some of these people, man, they want to be seen. They want to be seen.
They want a lifestyle. They want the lifestyle. They want the lifestyle that comes along with it.
You talking about people moving? You talking about people moving fast and jumping into relationships? Some people, they like a dude like me. I can go to a restaurant by myself. I don't care who see me sitting there by myself eating. I can go to the movies by myself. I don't care who see me in the movie theater. But so many women, they feel embarrassed if they're at a restaurant by themselves and there's nobody with them. There's no man with them.
Right.
They feel bad. They're like, I'm not finna sit in a restaurant by myself. I'm not finna go to the movies by myself. And some women just get married just for the sake of just being married, not because they want to be in it, but or some just want to do it so they come with marriage. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen a lot of people like they just want the title. They're not worried about the responsibility and the duty that come with it. They just want the title.
Of course not. Right. So they just want the they're just kind of looking for the limelight that comes along with it, but they don't want to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Here's another example I was telling you about. On our very first episode, we were talking about, I was talking about a friend of mine who just literally just ink on her divorce, not even dry yet. It's another one, same identical situation. She met this dude on, was it Facebook? On Facebook, what's it called? Facebook, was that dating or whatever the fuck? So anyway, they met each other, and I'm like, cool, okay. You know, again, this is another female that I life coach. And she was like, you know, he's really nice and this, that, and the other. Really, you know, they were both kind of, you know, working in this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, cool, you know. And then before you know it, I kind of told him, I'm like, look, just take your time. You know what I'm saying? Because the ink on your voice is still wet. You know what I'm saying? Not even dry yet. And not even fucking, you know, they spend like 1 weekend together, some shit. She literally, I mean, bro, I'm not joking. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And he's like, oh, we're getting married. He asked me to marry him and I said yes. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, but a lot of times too,
bro.
Those guys, man, women already have an exit plan. When they're getting rid of one person, they already got the candidate, the prospects. It's like an NFL or NBA draft. They already got the prospects ready. They don't move until they already got somebody in the waiting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that emergency fire extinguisher. You know what I'm saying? Shh, break the glass.
Dig in a glass.
They got somebody with.
In an emergency, break open glass.
I'll tell you another story too, man. Like it was this chick. She used to work with one of my ex-girls. And she was with this guy. They had been together for a long period of time. The guy was in a motorcycle accident. He got hit by an 18-wheeler. Right? He wound up losing his leg. He had to amputate one of his legs. She was helping take care of him, and she dumped him because she said, oh, this is too much for me. This taking care of you while you injured is too much.
Did he get a settlement?
I can't do this. Man, she left him, right? That money came in. She started back calling.
That's what I figured. As soon as you got that settlement.
Dude proposed to her. They got because most 18-wheelers carry $1 million policy on them.
Yep. So you know you got to pay at least $1 million.
So he got that money. He married her. Right after he got that money, they all of a sudden they getting married. I went to the wedding, right?
How much you take him for?
He had his prosthetic limb on. He was getting down. No, to this day, I think they're still together. Okay. But you could see it on her face that she wasn't committed. She was only there for the money. She was being forced to do something.
Yeah.
From when everybody came in the doors to the wedding, to the point of saying I do, to when people went to the reception, and I just sat there, just looked at old dude. I was like,
"Are you sure?
Don't see that?
Are you sure?
It's like,
are you sure this is what you
don't
want?
see that?
Yeah.
She's strictly there for the money, bro. She left you when you was hurt.
Yeah, that says a lot. That says a lot about somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of leads, kind of to our next topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be careful who you when you're in a crisis. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a crisis, it's like, who do you go to when you're in a crisis? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes some people are kind of licking their chops, because some people, whenever you're declassifying information or you're disclosing sensitive information that may compromise you, some people may not be looking out for your best interest. You feel me? It's like if I'm over here talking to you about, something that I'm going through or this, that, and the other, some people may take that, that information to try to like weaponize it or to try to use it against you. So for example, she knew that, that this money was coming. So of course she knew that she didn't want to stay involved with this dude, but she stayed around for the money. She knew the money was coming. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to be careful who you even have those conversations with, or, cause I mean,
yeah, man, he had got a new house. He had bought her a matching Harley because they rode bikes, all this kind of stuff. She was there strictly for the money. Yeah. When he ain't had nothing, he was in the house and couldn't work, leg freshly amputated. She dipped out.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit just bothers me.
And I've already said this before. When I lost my job,
you gotta leave.
you need to leave.
What did she say? She said you need to leave.
Her job,
I got it. Don't worry about it.
When she lost her job, I was like, hey, don't worry about it. I got us. And I started laughing. Cause I was like, man, we don't need your money.
Yeah. But again, like, people want to skip that. So when the true narcissist comes out, when they know that they're not getting what they want, that's when it comes out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm, my heart kind of goes out to your friend, You know what I'm saying? The fact that I think that he was so.
Oh, that wasn't my friend. That was a coworker of my ex-wife.
Coworker. Well, my heart. Well, the thing is,
That's
my
the
heart
guy she
kind of.
married.
The thing is, my heart kind of goes out to him because I know that, like, in the back of his mind, he's not stupid. But, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I think like he just kind of wanted, he was literally willing to compromise himself because he thinks so little of himself, or he thinks so little of what his future abilities were. The worst thing that a woman or a man or whoever, the worst thing that anybody could ever do in a relationship is kick you when you're fucking down. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's unforgivable. If you kick me when I'm down, or you leave me when I'm at my worst, you know what I'm saying? That means you don't deserve me at my best. You kind of see what I'm saying? So, for example, like, I got put into a financial position before. You know what I'm saying? It's like people just kind of don't understand how I got involved in the business that I got into. The reason how and why I got involved in the business that I got into is because I got trapped in this business. You see what I'm saying? People, stop it. Are you fucking serious? Do not write me while I'm live, people. Stop it. You know what I'm saying?
If you want to, put it in the chat. Put your comments in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't talk. I'm live.
Hit the like button, fool.
Yeah, hit the like button, fool. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Did you tell them to tune in? You should have told them tune in.
All right. I'm sorry, man. Bro, I had a brain fart. Where was I? I'm sorry, bro. Fuck me. Dude, don't fucking do that. I hate that shit. Oh, all right. Give me a moment. Sorry.
Yeah.
God, dude, I fucking hate that. Don't fucking write me when I'm live.
And back to you, Bob.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, what was I saying?
Let's keep it moving.
Bro, that really threw me off, man. Like, bro, that really threw me the fuck off.
Mm-hmm. Do not disturb.
Yeah. All right, give me a moment. Okay, yeah. All right, so the worst thing you could ever do with anybody, you know, is leave them, kick somebody when they're fucking down. You know, I was talking about me, actually. The reason why I got, you know, involved in this life with real estate, gambling, and all this shit is because I got trapped in it. You know what I'm saying? I was promised by somebody, you know, an opportunity which they reneged on and left me with the bag and left me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, that the definition of what you did is you basically shitted on me when I was in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So that I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? That right there, I'll never forget. And this is why I can never go to them for help. Never. Because to me, in my mind, is like, when I really needed you, you shitted on me. You know what I'm saying? So these are kind of like mental notes you need to make to yourself. So if you're in a relationship,
they didn't keep their word, they didn't hold the end of the bargain up.
Exactly. But they made promises to put you in a position. They made promises to help you. You know, they made promises to kind of put you, you know, in a better place in your life if you did this, and this, and then they left you with that obligation. They fucked you, in so many words. So, you know, this applies to anybody. You know, if you are trying to be a functional member of society, you're trying your best to do something great. You know what I'm saying? And people are either they're naysaying, they're not being supportive of your dreams. This goes in so many different categories. If they don't support your dreams, or they're not there while you're like in school, if they're not, you know, supporting you while you're trying to build a brand, if they're not supporting you while you're trying to build an infrastructure, or while you're trying to build a fucking empire, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's hard to watch or hard to understand. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most intelligent people people called them crazy. You know, Albert Einstein, they called him crazy. You know what I'm saying? Bill Gates, they called him crazy. Steve Jobs, they called him crazy. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like, you know, you just kind of have to let them do what they do best, and just like, you know what? I support you. You know what I'm saying? It's not about money. You know, it's about you just kind of just being there and just, you know, being that cheerleader with your pom-poms. You know what I'm saying? But don't sit there and shit on me, or kind of like take a step back when things don't appear on the surface to materialize for you. You kind of see what I'm saying? Because just because it's not materializing for you doesn't mean it's not materializing for me. You see what I'm saying? And I see that shit a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think we talked about this in the past, man. Some people don't want to see other people win.
No.
They want to keep people in positions below them at the same level or beneath them. It's like, they love when you're cheering for them, but when the shoe is on the other foot, it's like, oh, hell no.
Or they
I can't have this person look down on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People, well, here's the biggest kicker. I want to see you do great, but I don't want to see you do better than me. You feel me? That's some crab in a bucket shit.
I experienced that a lot.
Oh, I do.
When I was at
to this day.
Man, yeah. Man, I was in the military one time, and I was trying to get some qualifications signed off, and I just wanted to be, be in the top of my game, be AJ squared away, and I wanted my uniform to look nice too. I wanted some more medals and ribbons. I wanted to be sharp, and my supervisor wouldn't sign off on any of my qualifications because he said it would make the other people that in our division that were high ranked than me look bad. I was like, I don't care if they look bad.
What the fuck does that have to do with me? I'm the one getting qualified. Yeah.
They ain't got nothing to do with me. If they don't do nothing, that's on them. You talk to them. And he wouldn't sign off on my qualifications.
Yeah. I had something very similar that happened to me when I was in the Navy. I was trying to get my quals at the airfield so I can get out of 3-section duty. And it was really stupid. It's almost like ESWAS. Excuse me. And so the thing was, it was me and my buddy John, and we were trying to get our quals so we can get out of this shit, and they were just dragging their feet. They're like, we took the exam, this, that, and the other. We got completely airfield qualified, and this, that, and the other. And they were like, well, we don't feel that was satisfactory enough. I'm like, we passed the fucking test. We took your fucking test and we passed it, and you're over here telling me that wasn't satisfactory enough because we got it done in a timely manner. Because they wanted us to stand their fucking duty is what it was. We went from 3-section to 6-section duty, and because we got airfield qualified in such a rapid pace, they had a problem with it, So I get it.
Some people are smarter than other people.
Yeah, or some people absorb it. Some people absorb faster, and I'm like, bro, it's fucking air. It's air electronics. I understand avionics. I understand the F-18 Super Hornet. I understand all these things. You know what I'm saying? So, contrary to popular belief, I understand military electronics. You know what I'm saying? But they're boring. I'm sorry. But it was boring.
Hey, they used to ask me all the time how I was learning in my sleep because it was so damn boring.
It was boring. I found there was no challenge to it. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm gonna get back on topic. Crisis. You know what I'm saying? What I wrote was in my notes, it says crisis. Everyone's got the answer. Everybody's got the answers to your crisis, but the right one. You know what I'm saying? They all have the answers to your shit, but not the right one. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself sometimes, like, whenever you're having an issue, are you in the right company? Is the company that you carry the right one?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So whenever you're talking to somebody about something that's truly going on with you, is this person truly looking out for your best interest, or are they looking out for their own?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And this is very applicable when it comes to relationships. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking to your mate about something that might make you appear weak. This is why most men don't cry around women. This is why most men don't talk to women about their problems. It's because they weaponize it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to weaponize it like, oh, he's soft. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect him no more because, he lost his job or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes they'll sit there and they will take that information and they will use it against you. And the biggest thing, kind of getting back to what I was talking about is everybody's got the fucking answer to your question, or everybody's got the answer to your crisis, but where's their credibility? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for example, if I work in this kind of field, if I'm working in the gas and oil industry and I lost my job, well, you're just gonna get another job. I'm like, do you just think it's that fucking easy, right? You just got all the answers, right? What the fuck do you do? You work at Walmart. Who are you to tell me you gotta just get another job? Do you know the motherfucking recruiter? You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, I don't like people that sit there and just kind of just give you these fucking, these quick responses without actually thinking it through. Like, help me think it to the fucking finish line. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, is this person that's giving you these answers, are they credible? And do they even deserve to be your friend? You got to ask yourself that based off of the answers that you get from these people, do they even deserve to be in your circle of influence?
And another thing too is like, you're not going to ask a person with no kids how to handle your child and how to raise your kids.
Exactly. Because you're going to get the wrong answer.
Like you need to check, you need to think about who you're asking the questions to. You need to talk to somebody that's got experience in it or deals with that stuff.
Yep. You know, so and kind of getting back to that other relationship I was telling you about. 6 weeks in, announcing to the universe, we are together, we are married, we are this, we are that. And I'm like, dude, take your fucking time. I told her, I'm like, dude, you don't know him. You don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, take your time. Please take your time. Oh, no. Everything is great. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. You're like, oh, everything is great. This, that, and the other. So she immediately moves the man in. My concern is like, okay. And I told her, I'm like, look, if you move him in, you better be looking out for number one. Okay. What is he? What is he helping you out? This, that, and the other, this, that, and the other. So immediately he started, taking care of, he's being a man about it. I have like, bro, I got a lot of respect for this guy. Started paying her rent, paying like all these things. I'm like, okay, cool. Checking the box. But my concern is like, is he running from something to be doing this so quickly? You know what I'm saying? And needless to say, that's exactly what it was. He was running from one bad situation to another. You know what I'm saying? So baby mom with all this goddamn child support, this, that, and the other, moving right in from this house to this house. Never really had the opportunity to kind of like let his trauma cease. He went from one trauma to the next one.
Yeah.
The thing is they didn't even know each other. You know what I'm saying? And the issues that those two had was they didn't speak the same love language. And the reason why they don't speak the same love language is because she didn't take the time to go through the courting process to see if they're even fucking compatible. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So now they're over there. Yeah, they're over there butting heads every fucking day, talking about how you spoke to me in the morning and how do you speak to me at night? You don't spend any time with me. Oh, I'm bored. I'm bored. You never take me out, this, that, and the other. But I'm like, look, you're doing all this fucking bitching and complaining, but he's taking care of you. So your only complaint is the fact that you don't speak the same love language, right? But if you took the time to actually court and go through the actual process to see if you even know each other, even like each other, you would have never got involved with this guy. But you want to skip all these fucking steps and say that you don't like him anymore, and you're trying to make him into something that he's not. You see what I'm saying? And I told her he's not a dog. Now he's not a dog. You can't make it. Does he dance? Does he beg for food? I'm like, how long is he gonna continue to do this shit?
Sit when you tell him to.
Exactly. And I told him, does he dance for fucking food? Oh no, he's so great this week. I'm like, yeah. I'm telling you right now. I told her, I'm like, telling you this right now. This man is at this age right now, and this is a fucking mask. Okay. At the end of the day, he's gonna regress back to who he really is, and you're not gonna like it. Okay. He's only wearing this mask to fucking make you happy. Now I respect him that he's being a fucking man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's gonna fucking implode. He's gonna implode and he's gonna flip the fuck out on you one day, or he's gonna leave you. Because you're going to basically push him to the limit to where he can't wear this mask anymore, and the mask is going to crack. And that's exactly what happened. And so the thing was, she was over here stating that, I made all these, these sacrifices and all this compromise for this. I changed for him. Like, no, there is a difference between compromise and change. Compromise is where you make a change that is reciprocated. You make a change that is reciprocated. She makes a change and he makes a change. Change is something that you make for yourself. Well, I made all these changes for him. Like, no, you didn't. You compromised and you failed. Okay. You make a change that's better for you. So whether he stays or whether he loses, you made that change that betters yourself. So you can't sit there and say that I changed for you. No, you didn't. You made a compromise. You made a gamble. You gambled on what you were giving up to get this type of result in that was reciprocated, and you failed. And the reason why is because you didn't know him. You didn't speak the same love language. And then so whenever you try to make these adjustments and try to change this person to who he is not, this is the result you're going to get. And that basically proves your fucking narcissism, that you couldn't accept the man for who he truly was. for what he could offer you.
Mm-hmm.
This is who he was. This is what he can offer you. And that was not good enough. You wanted him to you wanted him to dance, and you wanted him to eat. You wanted him to do all these things that are outside of who he was as a man.
Yeah.
And this is why you're fucking miserable. And this is why he fucking left you. Because eventually it all imploded. Eventually he couldn't deal with it anymore, and he was out the door. It was not about money. Huh? It was not. He dipped out. You know what I'm saying? He dipped out in the middle of the fucking night. Yeah, in the middle of the night at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So in the middle of the fucking night, he was gone. He never came back.
Wow.
And there's the crazy part. I warned her. I told her 4 occasions. We got into a fucking argument over it. I told her you were selfish and you need to stop being a narcissist. The world does not revolve around you. And I told her this. And then there was one time we didn't talk for 2 weeks because it's like, she will just do things. And I'm like, look, you need to stop. You need to stop this. This behavior is unacceptable. This man is taking care of you and doing all these fucking things. And the only thing you can complain about is his personality. Well, the reason why you're complaining about his personality is because you never fucking knew him. You tried to make him into something that he's not. And this is so prevalent in today's relationships when they skip that fucking courting process. Oh, well, he takes care of me. I just need the bag. No, well, that bag comes with a fucking trade-off. There's a compromise for that fucking bag. And this is what happens when you're not a whole person. When you get involved with somebody for the wrong reasons, this is the result that you get. You see what I'm saying? If somebody, he's not your project. This man is not your project. You should have just accepted him and took the time to learn all of his quirks and all of his obligations. This man has 3 children of his own, and you have 2 children as well. Exactly. So this man took you with your 2 children, is taking care of all these things, and you still found flaws and things to bitch and complain about. Nah, dude. Nah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that is narcissism. That is first class narcissism. And so the thing was, I'm like, where do you come up with this shit? I
think sometimes too, these women do some of these women pick these guys that are projects because they know if they meet somebody up to par, they're gonna have to rise to an occasion or a standard that they can't.
Oh yeah, they're totally gonna have to step it up. They're gonna have to step it up, and it's not there. And they know
they're gonna have to get on this guy's program.
Their value is
program. They don't want to. They know that they're gonna be shown who they really. They're gonna show who they really are,
and they're gonna be shown what
they can't stand up to. So they'll pick somebody that they feel is beneath them.
Yeah, exactly. So, at the end of the, this is all about value.
What to do.
This is all about value. It's all about control. It's all about control. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna go on this because you mentioned this earlier. You said the dude moved in with her. Message to men: don't move in with a chick. Don't move in with the female because you're not gonna have any authority in the house. You ain't gonna be able to hang up one picture, put nothing nowhere. As soon as shit hit the fan, she's gonna tell you to get your ass out.
Exactly. Yeah. So you basically just hung.
Don't ever move in with a chick. If y'all planning on moving together, she moves in with you
collectively,
or y'all get
a new place together. New place together collectively.
Never moving with the chick.
Yeah. That is
everything gonna
cardinal.
Be pink and flowers and butterflies everywhere.
Your house can be gay as fuck. There ain't gonna be nothing. There ain't gonna be nothing masculine in that place.
You ain't gonna be able to hang up one picture of Tom Brady or Michael Jordan.
That bitch will be in the garage. Your shit will be in the fucking garage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dude.
Exactly.
You'll be wearing panties in that relationship.
In the garage.
And here's the other situation.
Where you at? He in the garage.
Now, here's the other situation. The dude was a type beta male. She was alpha and he was beta. I've met him. He was a people pleaser. He reminded me a lot of my stepdad. He was a nice guy. He was a very nice guy. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for him for what he offered her. However, but at the same time, I understood like his plight. He was a people pleaser, but he couldn't deliver. So her whole situation was she would sit there and try to hold him accountable for all these promises that he makes, which is like an Achilles heel for a fucking man. He means well, but he may not be able to deliver right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And like it's like, I'm going to paint the house. Well, you said you're going to paint the house on Thursday at 4:00. It's 4:00 and it's Thursday. You need to paint the fucking house. I don't care what you have going on right now. You promised me that the house is going to be painted. Are you a liar? You know, it's like, God damn, dude. Let keep in mind, I got a fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Keep in mind that I have 3 children of my own. Keep in mind that you have 2 children, which I'm fucking paying for. Keep in mind that the lights got to be on. Keep in mind that, you know, I have a very awkward schedule. Keep in mind that I cannot do all these fucking things the way that you see fit. So
yeah,
it's
I'll get
like,
to it when I get to it.
I get to
it's
it
not
when
that
I
important.
get to it. It's not that important to me. Why is it so important to you? Over these are like little tedious fucking. This is the reason why men fucking leave is because of like the little dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not the big things. It's like the money. I don't care. If I was in that person's position, I could care too fucking because I got to pay to live wherever it is I live. I don't fucking care. Okay, just but give me the respect.
There's a verse in the Bible.
Give me the respect that I fucking deserve because I am being a fucking man.
There's a verse in the Bible that says a man would rather sit on the corner of his house than deal with a nagging wife.
Yeah.
Even the Bible says that.
Yeah.
So,
a nag.
If you're a religious person,
I cannot deal with a fucking nag. I cannot deal with a fucking nag. Cannot deal with a fucking nag. Deal breaker. If you got the fucking button, push the button. Deal fucking breaker. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, that was one of my biggest issues with, you know, with my first wife is, dude, everything would be cool, but she would just find like little dumb shit to kind of put a magnifying glass on and just identify. I'm like, why is this even fucking important? You know what I'm saying? And she would just never let off of old dumb shit. It's like, I thought we moved on. You want to talk about old dumb shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are we ever going to move forward? But you want to talk about dumb shit. But God forbid, I flip that fucking magnifying glass around about your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? And talk about your fucking skeletons in the closet. Don't talk. Yeah, it's only one-sided when this is narcissism. It's only one-sided, you know, when you're talking about me. But when we're talking about you, we don't talk about that. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about them secrets. You know. So again, this is the long list of things that comes along with dealing with a fucking narcissist, with dealing with somebody who got with you for the wrong reasons. This is the list that you deal with when you want to skip that process. When you skip that, oh, wow, I didn't realize she was a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that she was a selfish piece of shit. Or I didn't realize that, you know, why she ran off her last 3 dudes. You know what I'm saying? I should have fucking had a conversation with her last 3 dudes, you know, and you know, and did a credit check on her, did a background check on her. Men, do a fucking background check on your woman. Like, do a credit check and a criminal background. You will be surprised the shit that you find out. Arrested for prostitution. Really? Really? Arrested for bank fraud? Really? Bankruptcy? Really? You know what I'm saying? Judgments for eviction.
I'll tell you a
eviction
story, bro.
Judgments, pawn slips, all kinds of crap. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you a story, bro. In my first marriage, right after we got married, I got a phone call from the police department for my wife at the time. And they was coming to pick her up because she had some money that she had to pay from when she went to jail for pistol whipping another chick. Never heard this story ever in my life before I got married to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that day I had to come out $700 to keep her out of jail for some shit that she did before I married her.
Right.
I never heard this story. And you going to jail for they won't take you to jail for what? I had to go down to the police station to pay this damn money.
Yeah.
To keep her from going to jail that day.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say my hard-earned money is paying for some shit.
For some bullshit
that you did before you
met
me.
It got nothing to do with me.
It got nothing to do with me.
And it was before me.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing.
I'm not coming into the marriage or the relationship with any bullshit or anything like that. My record was clean.
But she's bringing bullshit. And that was kind of the same situation that happened with my marriage. I mean, literally not even, the ink on my marriage license wasn't even dry. And she brought bullshit. She brought bullshit to the table. You know what I'm saying? She brought bullshit to the table. Like she brought her addictions to the table. You know what I'm saying? Which I was suffered from, you know, for the first year of our marriage. And that was pretty much the demise of our marriage. Like as soon as I did not know, you know, that she had these kinds of issues. When we were dating, these were very quiet. I never heard anything of them. I didn't hear anything about her problems or her addictions or her past life or who she really was as a person until after I married her. Like literally the day after, because I got arrested. The day after I got married, I got arrested for some dumb shit that she involved me in. I'm not gonna talk about it, but like literally, you remember that shit? The day after I fucking married her, I got arrested. You know what I'm saying? For some bullshit that she got me involved in. You know, I'm like, wow, dude. And ever since then, it was never right. It was never right. You know, and that's some fucking, again, that's some selfish bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Some selfish, narcissistic, the world revolves around me bullshit. I don't give a fuck what collateral damage is caused by it. I don't care what lives are ruined by that. They don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When somebody's in an addiction, because narcissism is an addiction. It's like an addiction to yourself. I'm addicted to, my definition of narcissism is I am in love with myself and I don't give a fuck who comes before me. I come first and I don't care who I step on to get to me first. That's what that means. You know what I'm saying? There is no team in narcissism. There is no team in that. You know what I'm saying? What does coach say? There's no team in I, you know? So
there's no I in team.
Yeah, there's no I in team. You know, that's what coach says. And that is so fucking
there's a me.
Yeah. But
you know
so but like people, like in all seriousness, like you really got to pay close attention to this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm being dead serious. In modern relationships today, do a fucking background check on who you're involved with. You will be shocked the shit you find. Judgments, credit, bankruptcies, jail, you know what I'm saying? Discharges, you know, hospital shit. You know what I'm saying? You would be fucking shocked.
Police records.
Yeah. The shit you find.
The kids taken away, all kinds of them.
Yeah.
Drug addiction, previous stripper.
Yes. Oh, dude, I found one. Arrested for prostitution. Found that in a sting. And I found it on Google. I'm like, look at this bitch. Are you serious? Right there on the screen. I'm like, this bitch here says she was a truck driver.
Was it this and that?
Bro, she says she was a truck driver. No, this is out there in Lafayette Parish. But yeah, she says she was a truck driver driving big rigs. I'm like, no shit. And I like something just told me, just go and Google her. I found her name, mugshot. Her and like 17 other people in a sting for prostitution. I'm like, wow. Now
you got to worry about your health. Now you got to worry about your health, man. You got to go get checked out.
Yeah, I didn't beat it down that hard, thank God. But yeah, dude. Yeah, I didn't beat her down that hard. You know, I softly beat her down, but I didn't beat her down like that. Yeah, where I had to worry about my health. But yeah, man. Always wear a helmet when you go to war. But
exactly.
Yeah, man. But yeah, dude. But as I started getting older, I started looking deeper into this person to kind of see what they're really about. And then you start asking them the loaded questions. They're like, you ever been arrested before? What are you talking about? I'm like, have you ever been arrested? You start having like, just indirect conversations and that shit don't come up.
Answer the question.
You're under the spotlight. I already know the answer.
Question.
You know you done fucked up, right? I was at the 7-Eleven. I was buying the beer at 8:49. Yes, I was buying the beer at 8:49. Yes.
Whole time you got that background check right here.
Yeah. Well, according to here, you was at the 7-Eleven at 10:43. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was 10:43. I bought beer. You know you fucked up, right? They already have the answer. If they're asking you people, if they're asking you loaded questions like that, they already know the answer. You're being tested. Trust me. And I asked those loaded questions. That was the crazy. That's when we stopped talking. We stopped talking like right after. I checked her, like for real. I checked her. I'm like, wow. I'm like, you ever been arrested? Yeah. And she started getting like talking in circles and this, that, and the other. And then she started getting real loud with me. I'm like, hey, I actually yelled at her. I'm like, hey, I'm like, you need to calm the fuck down. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call you later. And that was the last time I ever spoke to her. Just
when you ask somebody something and they start getting aggressive.
Yeah.
People start getting aggressive.
Yeah.
It's like, just answer the goddamn question.
Yeah. It's like, look, dude, you can just say, you know what? I really don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But at least be
that's another sign.
Be an adult about it. But when you start getting loud and obnoxious and you start deflecting, when you start deflecting, that means you're hiding something. And if you're hiding something, that means I don't need to be fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you're hiding something, that means
I can't stand people when they ask you a question.
With the question.
They ask you a question and you answer them. Then the answer, you ask them that same question back. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. What's good for you ain't good for me. Right. It's kind of the same shit. Like I said, what do you love about me? I just told you what I love about you, but I don't want to talk about it. Why, you don't want to be in a vulnerable situation, or you just don't fuck with me? Because I'm exposing the truth.
You're going to be exposed, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's the same common denominator, whether I'm talking about love or I'm talking about your fucking criminal background. If you don't want to tell me what I'm asking you, you're hiding something. And if you're deflecting, that means I can't fuck with you. It's an imbalance. So if you're going to hide that information from me, what else are you going to hide from me about? You're living with me and you're going to be hiding shit. You're stealing from me. You know, bro, this is the world. This is the world that we live in. This is the society that we live in now.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to sit there and hide shit from you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be hiding their past. They're going to be hiding their exes. They're going to be hiding all kinds of shit. For all you know, this month, she's setting you up for failure, setting you up to get robbed, setting you up for something.
I used to
I've had a bitch set me up. Go ahead.
I used to give my money. I used to give my money to the chick for all the bills. Right. Say, hey, here's the money for the bills. Blah 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 blah. Man, I come home one day. I'm in the living room watching the game. They see the power go out. Power's off. I'm asking my neighbors if they power off. Everybody's lights is on except for mine.
Right.
Man, I call a power company. They say the bill ain't been paid in like 3 months. They say like something was put on the bill, like $20 was put on it. This is back in the day where you could pay a portion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can go in the store and put something on it.
Yeah.
You know? And I say, what? Yeah, your lady came in and put $20 on the bill so-and-so time ago. I'm like, I gave her the whole money for the bill, for all the bills. So I started looking into it. She was taking the money, putting something on the bills and keeping the rest of it, but I didn't see anything around the place. When I looked at how much money was missing from what the bill's supposed to be, I didn't see anything around the house that was worth the money that was spent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
was she gambling?
Because I don't know, bro. Because we had casinos. We lived in a state where they had casinos.
I mean, looking back at it now,
I don't know, bro.
Did you guys ever gamble together?
I don't know if it was drugs. Nah, bro. Nah. And there's casinos everywhere. So I don't know if it was drugs or if it was another person. Or she was just spending money on herself.
Just dumb shit.
So I don't know. So I was married at the time, so I treated her like a child. I took all access to money away from her. I paid everything my damn self. Right. Put stuff on auto pay that I could put on auto pay at that time. This is early on. This is early 2000s. Put stuff on auto pay that I could and pay stuff myself.
Right.
I couldn't trust her with the bill money anymore.
Bro, that happened to us too. It was so bad for us. So what happened with us was we was living in base housing. And then at the time, I was still getting BAH. You know, you already know what happens. If they find out you're living in base housing and you're getting BAH, they're going to backdraw you. So that happened to us. I think that they were taking like money out of my check for like 6 months or some shit like that. So we was fucking broke. You know what I'm saying? And then, so I would send money to her, you know, to make sure that everything was getting paid. The lights, the car notes, this, that, and the other. And then they repoed her car. And I'm like, how the fuck they repo your car? I sent you the money for it. And she was out there buying like bras and panties and dumb shit over fucking Victoria's Secret. And she's like, do you like my new clothes? I'm like, where did the money come for this? I'm like, because her fucking car was like $800 a month for a fucking BMW. And I'm like an E3, E4. I ain't making no real money. That's a lot of money, bro, that I'm paying for a fucking BMW. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got shit. I ain't got shit to my name, but I'm over here taking care of your bullshit, right? Trying to be a fucking man, trying to do the right thing. And she's over here blowing on dumb shit. And then they repo her car. Then I have to pay $2,300 to get the car out. You know what I'm saying? Which I had to borrow from my parents. You kind of see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, put me in a very compromising situation. And it's so after that, it's like I had to treat her like a fucking child. I'm like, how would you embarrass me like this? You know what I'm saying? You're over here stealing money from me, buying dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? We have nothing to show for it. Your car's repossessed, and I have to borrow money from my parents that don't like you. You know what I'm saying? So put me in a really bad situation, you know. And bro, again, it was a downward, it was just a downward spiral, you know, from day one.
Some people just see you as a win, bro. They just see you as a win. And in my first marriage, That's how I think. That's how when I look at it, that's how I view it. I was a way to get out of small town, and I was a win because I had more going for me than most of the people in the small town.
Exactly.
I was a good dude. She came with a child, and I treated that child like it was my own.
Right.
You know, so he's like easy win.
Yeah.
You know, because this like I say, man, this person didn't add anything to me. The only thing they gave me was kids. Right. That was it. But it takes me to make that creation.
Make that decision.
You know?
Yeah.
I added so much to this person's life, they didn't really add nothing to me.
You know, it's interesting. Like we had this conversation earlier today. We were talking about modern women. You know, we're talking about modern women today do not want a traditional man, but they want this person. They basically want the resources of what the traditional man does for them. You see what I'm saying? Because if a modern woman has a traditional man who treats her right and pays the bills and does all these things, what does she do? She shits on him. Sound familiar? You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a traditional wife. I had a modern wife. She had this entitled attitude. She was a narcissist, and she just acted as if like this was my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my job, what I'm supposed to do, and like my feelings are nullified. It was not reciprocated. You know, it's like just do what I tell you, bitch, and you might get some pussy tonight. Nah, dude. That pussy is mine. I married that pussy, so I get it whenever the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? With everything else that's supposed to come with that pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, so
I'm paying all the bills. I keep our lights on. I keep food in our stomachs.
This is understood.
I keep gas. I keep the wheels.
Right.
So I take care of everything.
Right. So what's understood don't need to be fucking explained.
You shouldn't be holding their hostage.
Exactly.
So what happens? You should be trying to ration somebody to me.
Exactly. So the thing is when you do try to ration it out to me and I go somewhere else, whose fucking fault is this? Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And see that takes it to another conversation.
They don't want to take accountability for that. They don't want to take accountability for that.
It's a lot of guys.
Men fucking cheat.
A lot of guys in sexless marriages.
Yeah.
It's a lot of guys in sexless marriages because women want monogamy. Why are you so focused on monogamy if you're not going to get a man to ask?
Thank you. That is part of your wifely duty. That is part of your wifely responsibilities to make sure that this man has a clear fucking mind. So if that means he has to get off, bro, that's the truth. If that man needs to get off 3 times a day, then get him off. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that relieves his stress, you do that. You know what I'm saying? If that means rubbing his head.
Used to get on my nerves is that while we dating, you know my sex drive. You giving it to me while we dating. So as soon as we get married, my sex drive is still the same. Now you saying, why you always want to do it? I'm tired. I ain't know you got a dick
problem. You got a dick problem. Why are you watching porn? You got a dick problem. Like, no, you knew this is who I was when you fucking married me. You know what I'm saying? You knew this is who I was when you fucking married me. This was my drive. This is what I like to do. And it was all good when we was dating. Now, all of a sudden, because you got a ring on your finger, you act like you don't have to fucking work anymore. Relationships are a job. J-O-B. Job. Get a job. J-O-B. You know? So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like you're not helping when somebody comes home from whatever it was they do and you're adding more stress to this person's life. Ladies, stop it. In all seriousness, listen to Uncle Dave. You know what I'm saying? Listen to Big Brother Dave. I'm like, I would never lie to you about some shit like this. When a man comes home from work or comes home from whatever it is that he does to take care of you, keep this in mind. He's doing everything that he's doing to take care of you. So show some gratitude. Okay? So I'm not saying you got to fuck his brains out and this, that, and the other, but whatever it is that relieves this man's stress, just do it.
If he fuck his brains out, he won't go nowhere else.
Do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you act like you're not getting anything out of it. You know,
the old saying goes, keep his stomach full and drain his balls.
And he ain't going nowhere. Simple. Men are very easy. We're very simplistic. We're very simplistic animals. Drain his fucking balls
and drain his balls.
And shut the fuck up. And he'll go nowhere. And the money flows. It keeps it raining. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to fucking do. But why complicate it? You want to complicate something so simple. Women have the tendency to complicate the most simplistic shit. Men are very simple. We are very fucking simple people, but you find some way to fuck up a good thing. Oh, it's too great. Let's fuck it up.
My lady.
Let's fuck up a good thing.
My lady, man, she used to look at me crazy and like, why you always want to have? I say, man, why are you upset that your husband
wants to have sex with you? Exactly.
That he desires you. I picked you. You're the type of woman I like. You're the type of body style I like and shape that I like. Why are you upset that I'm attracted to you and I want to make love to you and I desire you? What kind of sense does that fucking make?
Zero.
Because if I didn't look at you and then pay no attention to you, then slap your ass when you pass by, didn't compliment you, you'd be complaining there too.
Oh, you don't love me. And then she wants to go out and start talking to Tyrone. Well, you don't talk to me. You don't take me out. You don't want to fuck me.
You tell me I look pretty. You ain't see my
never say nothing.
You ain't like my hairstyle.
Yeah. You didn't slap me on my ass the other night. But Tyrone saw me at the Piggly Wiggly, and he was trying to knock it down, so I gave him my pager number. It was back in the 90s. We had pagers. Tyrone saw me at the Winn-Dixie at the Piggly Wiggly. The Piggly Wiggly. Yeah. That's out there down south. You gotta be from down south. Know what the fuck that is. Winn-Dixie bag, Piggly Wiggly.
Small town like a mug, boy. Small town. My uncle told me to stay away from small town girls, man. And when I went through my bullshit, that's when it came. I was like, man, I remember my uncle telling me, say, stay away from small town girls. They're looking for a way out.
Yeah, they're looking for a come up. It's kind of like them girls like in them football cities. They want to latch on to the football guys so they can get their way out. You know what I'm saying? Same shit. Same shit. You know, I can go on and on and on about this. You know, I'm sorry. This is a fucking pet peeve of mine. But in all seriousness, people, like, you know, modern people are not looking. They do not want a nice guy. They basically just want a come up, and they're willing to ignore the signs. They're willing to ignore the signs on who you truly are until it's too late. Until you realize that you are not compatible. He flips the fuck out on you, or he gets violent, or whatever. But it's your fault because you chose to ignore the signs. You chose to like, well, you know, I don't care. And then you're freestyling your whole relationship and you don't even know each other, or you find out things about this person that you should have found out when you did a background check on them.
Before,
you know what I'm saying?
You got serious with him.
Yeah. Or before you moved him in, and then you find out he's a fucking registered sex offender or some shit. Oh, bro. Oh, that's the best one. You find out this dude's a fucking, he was touching Timmy, you know what I'm saying? And he's got one of them little deals on him. And then you find out on your, your fucking, your credit card sends you a notification that your next door neighbor is a registered sex offender. You're like, get the fuck out of here. You know, then everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and now you're over here dealing with that stigma. It's like, well, you should have fucking did a background check on this person. You think and then you find out it was for some shit that's aggravated with a child. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it. They were my neighbors. I found that out with my Capital One card. I was getting an update on the Capital One card, and plain as there is this fucking photograph. I'm like, really? This dude lives right next door. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part was in that scenario, this was my homie, and this was my homie's girl's brother that was living with him with his 3 kids. He had 3 kids living there, and she didn't tell him. This was my homie's girl that he had 3 children with. This was my homie's girl that he had 3 children with. And then this dude.
So she brought her sex offender brother in home with 3 kids. Wow.
Yes. And did not tell him. What kind of shit is that?
That's some killer shit right there, bro. That's some killer shit.
Dude, like for real. You'd have been under the jail. What? Bro, exactly. That's why I'm telling you. You think, guys, I know you guys think I'm fucking making this shit up. I can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I literally get a fucking notification on my Capital One credit card for registered sex offenders. Photograph and everything. And I'm like, wow. It tells you exactly what they did. Aggravated assault to a minor. The fuck out of here. I'm sorry, folks. You know what I'm saying? But this is why you don't fucking skip the steps, people. All right? You got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the bar is so fucking low that we're going to skip those kind of steps. Really? You know what I'm saying? Is your life that bad that you think so little of yourself that you're not going to sit there and just kind of just do the basics, the basic ABCs and 1, 2, 3s?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, man, because you're going to be dealing with somebody's bullshit in their luggage too.
Oh, that ain't baggage, bro. That's luggage.
They fucked up family, all kinds of, man.
Freight. You're dealing with their freight.
And check out where they come from. Check their tribe. See where they come from.
Yeah, man, because if the parents are thrown off, they're thrown off. You know what I'm saying? So, and I should have knew better. Like, for example, I knew, like I said in the very beginning, I knew this woman was trouble. I knew she was trouble. Like my grandmother says, shit comes in pretty packages. And at the time, I didn't have a father that kind of taught me how to be a man and how to say no to a woman. You know what I'm saying? I was in a very, I was not in a happy home. I was not in a happy home, grew up in a very toxic environment. I was already, dealing with toxic women. You know what I'm saying? So I was already kind of semi-manipulated because I was already dealing with one that was older than me in the very beginning. And I went from one to the next. Didn't know any better. Didn't have any coaches. Didn't have anybody, giving me game on how to deal with these women. You know what I'm saying? So I have nobody to blame but myself on that one. But as I've gotten older, if I see those signs, I'm like, ooh, red flag. Fuck no. Peace out. You can knock her down, but don't take her serious. You can knock her down like some dominoes. But don't take that shit serious. Do not. You got to make goddamn sure that before you involve yourself with somebody in a serious committed relationship where money is exchanged, that you do your fucking homework. I'm being serious. Before money is exchanged, because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what you say. Relationships are a business. They are a fucking business because money is being exchanged for goods and services, happiness and sadness, and this, that, and the other. And time, which you can't buy back. Time is a man's greatest asset. It ain't money, it's time. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing more valuable, at least in my world, than how much time I could offer you. I can't get it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
man, while y'all let it, man, hit the like button at the bottom.
Hit the like button, fool.
Man, subscribe, share, comment, and tell them where they can find you at, Dave.
We're on Spotify. Hold on, let me go to my page. There we go, right here. I have it programmed on my 360 machine, but that bitch don't work on this app. King David Super Show is brought to you by Spotify, SiriusXM, Stitcher, Google Music, Apple Podcast, iTunes, Pandora, Iheart Radio, Amazon Music, and Audible. You like that broadcaster voice? Yeah, baby. Yeah. We're going to do it one more time. This portion of the King David Super Show is brought to you in part by Diet Dr. Pepper when you just need more. And Ferrari. If you don't drive a fucking Ferrari, you ain't shit, bitch. You ain't shit. You don't drive a Ferrari, you ain't shit. You're a piece of shit. If I see you in a Toyota, I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to laugh at you. And drink that Diet Dr. Pepper. And thank you. This portion of the King David Super Show is also brought by LaBerge Casino. Thank you for your money. Thank you for your money. Yeah, man. But I mean, I think we covered a lot of, really good topics. Like I didn't realize how all this stuff was really going to correlate, but it really did. You know what I'm saying? I feel very clear and very concise. Gave some really good examples on what to look out for. People, women, men, this applies to both of you. In all seriousness, if you truly value your relationship, take your time. Take your time, people. And more importantly, don't be afraid to ask the loaded questions. Okay. Do your background, do your homework on who you sleep with. Okay. If you're going to have this person in your bed, it's worth the $30. Okay. Put that $30 investment and do a background check on this person for, criminal credit. You will be surprised what you find up, and don't be afraid to ask the loaded question. Once you know the information and they start deflecting, then that's very telling, people. When you know the information already and they start lying or they start getting loud or they start deflecting, that tells you a lot on what you're dealing with. Know the signs. Know the signs.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? Swin, you got some music for us? What we got? You got some tunes?
Oh man, let's
come on, man. Let's hear something, man.
What we doing today, man?
Also, before that, I kind of want to make a comment about this microphone. This is a Neumann TLM 103. This is a fantastic microphone. I've been using this for a couple weeks now. Podcasters or whatever, invest the money in it. It is very clear. very it's got a lot of depth. And this one I'm talking on right now, this is the Neumann U87. Fantastic microphone. My first time I used it in a podcast. Highly recommend it. So just kind of want to talk about gear.
Yes, sir.
T-Swin, what kind of music you got? What we got? What's on the playlist?
We got some tswin and 7 Deuce, man. Back like I never left.
Back like I never left.
Back like I never left, huh? They want me back like I never left. Gone. Baby girl, I can do bad all by myself. But I won't. They want me back like I never left. Messages in my inbox, but I know what time it is, like a wristwatch, huh? Back like I never left. They want me back like I never left. I ain't got time for the games. I'm getting to the money. I barely got time for some brains. On my timeline, trying to show me signs that you changed. That fire is gone, cause you threw water on the flame. Saw it all in the game. Dirt upon my name and all that. Sending news to my phone, cause you think I'm a call back. I've been around the world, girl. Your pussy ain't all that. Your life is like your text messages. It's just all cap. Yeah. They want me back like I never left. And you been living fire. Damn. Somebody call a ref, huh? On the field, throw a flag on the play. I know you see me ballin'. I ain't trying to brag about my day. It's just what it is. And what it was a burden. I'm on the path to the bag. You have me zigzagging and swerving. I know it sound disturbing. It got good when you got gone. Your ass used to living in chaos like a drop zone. I'm gone. Back like I never left, huh? They want me back like I never left. Gone. Baby girl, I can do bad all by myself. But I won't. They want me back like I never left. Messages in my inbox, but I know what time it is, like a wristwatch, huh? Back like I never left. They want me back like I never left.
Me back like a boomerang, cause they see I be doing things. Hoping that I slip and take a dip so they can ruin things. Oh no, hell no, bitches, you again. I won't let you put me through the shit you put me through again. Had a brother out here stressing, fighting depression. Look in the mirror, I don't even see my own reflection. That's the way it used to be when it was you and me. But I be goddamn, I let another bitch keep using me. Had to get my shit together, multiply my cheddar. The thrill is gone, you moving on. I'm like, yeah, bitch, whatever. You think you're all that and then some. Remember what your life was like before my 6-figure income came in the picture, man. I swear you told me out to stick it. When they see you coming up, that's when they come to get you. Popping that pussy like some pop rocks. I was naive, I had to learn to duck and dodge, even pop lock. I'm back like I never left. They want me back like I never left. Baby girl, I can do bad all by myself. But I won't. They want me back like I never left. Messages in my inbox, but I know what time it is, like a wristwatch. Back like I never left. They want me back like I never left.
Yeah, man. Dude, that song is very applicable to everything we just talked about. Like, for real,
yes,
for real.
Sir. That's why I played it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man.
Yeah, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying?
Swin music.
Yeah.
tswin.hearnow.com to get my music back like I never left is coming soon. That's me featuring 7 Deuce, my twin brother. Yeah. Make sure y'all check the music out, man.
So okay, so is that already on all streaming medias? Tidal, Spotify, Apple, iTunes?
No, that's coming soon, bro. I did that was a sneak peek. That's coming soon, bro.
Yeah, that song's damn. I would say like in the next couple of episodes, I've actually, like I said before, I'm actually bringing a child psychologist. They actually, we're going to have a part 2 of modern children are not the problems. It's the parents that raise them. We're going to have a part 2 to that. We're going to add a doctor, a child psychologist. I kind of wanted to be able to kind of elaborate in greater detail about that episode. Got a lot of really good, what's it called, responses feedback on that. Yeah, really good feedback on that. And people was like, yeah, you're spot on. But I kind of want to get, deeper into, the main thing is with children is why, I'm very analytical. Psychology is like one of my greatest, I think my greatest subjects. And the thing is people need to be able to identify why things happen. You know what I'm saying? People dealing with their traumas have triggers, and triggers have background. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to understand that background on that trigger. You know what I'm saying? So you got to identify, what's causing you to make these reactions. You know what I'm saying?
Poor
Which kind of
reaction.
Yeah, which follows you later on down in life. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of wanted to go over that with a licensed professional. And if anybody, wants to like or comment, they could ask the professional as well. They have questions, with their children or, or just a philosophical question that you could ask. So on that note, y'all be cool. Peace, love, and hair grease. Like, comment, subscribe below, YouTube, Spotify, and you know the rest. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace, love, and hair grease, motherfuckers.